We had a dream that we would always be best friends.
It says here that boys don't like girls who are too serious. Where have you been?
Roving about, being free.
They are one person, they're always linked together, and Ginger's poured her soul into Rosa, and Rosa's basically poured her soul into her, and to have that sort of ripped apart is so traumatic. So when I was reading it, I just thought of the trauma that, you know, both girls must be going through, and how horrible that must be.
Yeah. Was it easy to simulate such a close friendship?
Rehearsing, finding this particular friendship was not necessarily easy. But there was a time Sally had us go through the whole script, just saying our thoughts, the characters' thoughts. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Being sort of brutally honest about what we actually thought about each other at different times in the story.
I think that the layers underneath what people are feeling are way more important than the actual dialogue. It's the stuff that you don't say.
Yeah.
So Sally actually had us, before shooting, because we did a lot of rehearsals, she had us say the things that we don't say to each other, sort of our thoughts out loud, which was it was great to get to sort of know, for me to get to know Ginger and to get to know Rosa in that way. So.
The Soviet missiles could wipe off the face of the Earth, the United States and Europe.
I think we should do something, you know, protest. The whole world could be blown to pieces any minute.
She's right. It is getting serious.
I think around this age, around that age in particular, I had a sudden terror of the idea of dying and this sort of infinite universe. And I think that their dilemma with the bomb, their complex with that, and how to actually live knowing you could die at any moment. And the way that they handle that, I really empathize with that fear, with that feeling. And so for me, I really empathized with Rosa's reaction, honestly.
The only life is the one we have now, which is why we must seize it.
I think Rosa's a bad influence.
What is it you can't say, Ginger? What can't you say?
Ginger may be grown up enough to try to save us all from nuclear catastrophe, but she's also young enough to still need some looking after.
Get right, okay?
I think the girls are sort of questioning, you know, religion and questioning a lot of things, and sort of what kind of person do they want to be when they grow up? What kind of person, what's their place in the world? So they're definitely, I think they're trying to figure that all out, and sort of with each other, but they do have different views as well. So it's difficult. I don't think that the girls have ever disagreed on anything before. They've always had sort of the same opinion, and now finally that they're growing up, they're starting to have different views on things, which sort of scares both of them. Like, oh, well, we don't think the same anymore. What does this mean? You know, so.
And it's not even necessarily that they did think the same before, it's just that it is that time where you're going through that realization that my parents are not gods or goddesses, and that this person who I've sort of been in a rhyming couplet with my whole life, it doesn't have that same, you don't want to be that anymore. You want to be a free verse or whatever it is, and sort of breaking away from that is an uncomfortable thing.